All right. This is David Loves Comics. Hey, I was just was going to my closet today, get a couple of shirts out to wear for the week, get my laundry together, and this is clothes here. And I was looking at this milk crates I got in my closet, and I was looking at these comics up here. I was just staring at the graphic novels. I was rereading the Batwoman, the television show coming on CW. I'm not trying to sell it, but it's coming out, and this Avengers Ultimate 2, oh my God, it is a masterpiece. Ultimates 2 is special because the team behind it, Mark Millar and Brian Hitch, this is what the Avengers 2012, so much of is based on it. Even Nick Fury being of the Samuel Jackson. The Samuel Jackson came first in the comics, believe it or not. They prototyped him in the Ultimates. So when people say, it's not 616, it's we in the Ultimate Universe. And I'm looking at the Batwoman and some of the Batman stories and stuff, and a lot of, still a lot of controversy. Oh, let me grab this book here. Hold on 1 second. I think I talked about this one. Another Joker book. Now that's a dark Joker. Ooh, look at this. Just come out in front to grab me. But, not that I'm just reminiscing, but, I tell people that you're a comic book person. If you was growing up on comic books, you're a special person. I'm going to just tell you that right now. And if you continue the hobby, no matter how you came across the heroes, uh, you love them. And I just wanted to share to people who don't read comic books but enjoy the characters and the superheroes. Welcome to the party. It's a beautiful thing. And I hear a lot of times about, fanboys and exclusion and stuff like that. I don't know about other comic book readers, but I started, and, I'm up there in age. I started maybe, oh my God, 12 or 13. I had a cousin who knew he knew the origin of every superhero. Every superhero, Hulk, Gamma Rays, Daredevil, when he was crossing the street, and Radioactive, Captain America. Oh, he got shot up with Super Soldier, Batman. His parents was killed in the alley. I mean, any superhero, he could tell you the origin. And then I just came across some 7-Eleven, Neiman Marcus comics and stuff. So, I had to be 12 or 13, collecting comics. And this was like in in the 80s when I started. So when I see movies, uh, come out, because it's so much of my childhood, and stopped buying and got back into it. But I was in the peak period of the comics. Not to say, the golden age, but, Frank Miller was doing Daredevil, and I mean, that just, I had DC comics and some Justice League stuff, even, so maybe a little older, but boy, Elektra and Frank Miller and Daredevil, I mean, it's just, oh my God. But the love and the passion of the comics. So when I see people now wearing Star-Lord t-shirts or Rocket Raccoon or excited about, Captain Marvel, uh, it's like people are going in my closet and grabbing books. And that's exciting, because all comic book nerds, you know, I'm sure it's for a majority. I love people who I have conversations with, I talk with on a daily basis, and say, man, what's the story behind Black Panther? You know, or what was Joker's story in the comic? What's the Guardians of the Galaxy like in the comics? But that's a nice conversation piece. It's like a friend coming over for tea and having a conversation about it. And that's a powerful thing. And I never get tired of it. Because the movies, and this is the thing that people have to realize, the movies is my way of talking to people that I normally don't talk to. As weird as that sounds. because it's a conversation piece. I'm wearing an Ant-Man shirt and people are like, man, I love that movie, man. Oh my God. And I try not to nerdify them and say, did you know Hank Pym was the original Avengers? He was the original Ant-Man and he created Ultron. I try not to. But it is nice trivia to say. But they changed it and they condensed it and it worked out. But the spirit of the characters, because Scott Lang, is Paul Rudd is just, it's ripped from the page. I can't picture anyone else, of it. But that is one of the joys in this culture right now, with all of these, these heroes and from the boys to the Crow and even some of the not well known. Even American Splendor, which is based on a comic book, From Here to Redemption. It's a whole range of things. Anything by Alan Moore, anything by Grant Morrison, TV and wise. But, so I myself, people say, fanboys get upset because, oh man, it's not like the comic. Just keep the spirit. A film is film, comics is comics. Engage the spirit of the character. And it's halfway there. But I truly believe the more respect you give to the story and the writers and the creators of it, the better off you are. The less I have to explain about a topic or a superhero film, the better it is. Aquaman. Is that like the book? Pretty, yeah. It's pretty close. Shazam. Is that like the book? Yeah, it's there. And I can show you some great comics. Uh, most of the Marvel films, it's page by page. Infinity War is a little bit more different. Thanos falling in love with death. That's a little bit hard to explain. Deadpool, is that like the comic? You can't. Ryan Reynolds, he was the voice probably a lot of us will forever hear when we read Deadpool. Something like Batman and Superman. Batman's 20 years older. Superman is, he's like the light and shining armor. They at war with each other. This is pieces from the Dark Knight, and this from this piece, and it really was the end of their friendships, and it was a lot of, the government wanted to stop. Power those who love Batman, Superman. But that's an example. That's a thesis paper. Well, these are the inspirations, and it's like it's too much homework for majority of it. It's too much homework for the people, because the masters behind it, Marv Wolfman, Danny O'Neill, Neil Adams, uh, Frank Miller, George Perez, did I say Alan Moore? It's so many. Gail Simone. The people who write it day to day, yeah, they know they know a storyline. It's amazing. But yeah, so that's just my little thing, my little observation of why I still continue with the comics, and I've got them right here in my closet. But I welcome everybody that steps in the world of a comic book fan and have some enjoyment and some meat out of it, and continue, because stories are stories. Drawings, books, hieroglyphics, a story translated to another medium. It's not nothing new and will always be done. Just happen to be comic books with a lot of guys in tights, but you can get a lesson out of it here and there. All right, it's Dave Loves Comics, and you guys take care. Be safe.